Um, so what what I would recommend is you look at what your students are doing in the classroom and supplement preparation that kind of corresponds to the classes that they're taking. Like I said, for those that algebra 1, geometry, algebra 2, those classes, it's kind of how you want to pick that starting point. So um, from there, uh, sorry, I'm just reading comments here. Okay, great. So yeah, I guess we'll move on to the next biggest question that we get, which is which test should my child take? Um, One of the things that you're probably aware of from either having older kids or you've heard from older parents, or I guess parents of older kids, that there was a drastic difference between the SAT and the ACT, and my child might do better on one versus the other. And I want to be able to give them the best opportunity to set their best foot forward. So what's happened over the last few years is the SAT made sweeping changes a few years ago to actually more resemble the ACT. Something that we do at TestRocker, we've got a great resource that's our SAT versus ACT self-assessment. You can find that in our free resources page on our blog. And it's a short questionnaire, and it gives you a sense of, do I really strongly lean in one direction versus the other? So the major differences, there's really two. So first, on the ACT, there's a science section that's broken out and completely separate. So one of the things that is commonly, I guess, that parents are worried about is I know that my child is not great in science, so I'm going to avoid the ACT because of that. That's not necessarily a reason why you should avoid it. Mainly because the science section doesn't require any prior knowledge going into it. So it's not like it's going to be testing you on specific biology or chemistry questions that they might have taken in class before. The science section on the ACT is actually more of kind of like a mixture of the SAT or the reading section and the math section. So it's just providing you reading comprehension and the ability to interpret graphs, charts, tables, things like that. So that's the one big structural difference that is always, the first question about which test I should take. The other one is that the SAT is more reading intensive. So there's just more words that you have to get through. So if your child's not necessarily the fastest reader, that might be an indication that you could do better on the ACT. Like I said before, they're very similar now. So what we try to dispel with our SAT versus ACT self-assessment is the fact that you're likely to do just as well on one as you would on the other. That's the vast majority of students now. So to put a lot of time and effort into figuring out which test you need to be taking is not necessarily, it's not a waste of time, but that time could be spent doing other things like preparing. So really, we think it boils down more to how am I planning this out to give my child the best opportunity to succeed. And by that I mean, are you planning at certain points in the year where maybe their course load isn't as heavy, maybe they're athletes and they're in season and they're going to practice every day after school, so it's a lot to juggle when you're going to practice, you're trying to do your homework. So being able to slot it into the year in the best way to include test prep and include practice time for these tests is what's ultimately going to give you the best chance to put your best foot forward on either one of these exams.